Hey guys, Frankie here, and today we are talking about how to make money online. And excuse my voice, I have a bit of a cold, and it's ironic because I actually just got a new microphone. First time I'm using it, so I hope I sound awesome. But personal finance and education doesn't pause for anyone. So we're gonna do this video anyway tonight. Look at those cool colors. Maybe I should do more videos at nighttime. It's periwinkle, purple, lavender, I don't know. Alexa did it. So if you click on this video, you might have noticed this is a little bit long, and I think that's okay because hopefully there's a lot of awesome ideas and education packed into this. I've got 21 ideas for how to make money online from the comfort of your own home, especially this time of year. It's fall is just starting, winter is coming. Who wants to go outside and drive Ubers? And the reason I'm talking about this is because side hustles have never been more popular. There's some study or article, probably just headline I read that can validate this. There's 2/3 of millennials out there are making some sort of income on the side. So if you're not currently making some side hustle money, then maybe it's time you start. Some of these things are going to be an investment, not just your time, but also your money to get started. That's one thing to keep in mind, is sometimes you gotta spend a little bit of money to make a little bit of money over time. And before we get started, I just wanna say right up front, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. Be sure to subscribe. I talk about all things personal finance in a way that doesn't suck. Stick around to the end because the back half, I'm gonna talk about a lot of things that I have either tried and failed at, or tried and succeeded at, or am currently trying right now. So if you want some more personal things and stories, be sure to stick around till the back half of this list of 21. So let's get started. Number one, this is to do online surveys. There are lots of sites out there where you can take some quick surveys, and you need to know right up front, you're not gonna make a lot of money from this, like maybe $1, $2 an hour, but again, this is super mindless. There are companies out there that are willing to pay for your opinion, and if you're not doing anything else and you'd otherwise just be scrolling Instagram, you could be making some money. But I would recommend research to find the ones that pay the best. Number two, this is to become a virtual assistant. I didn't really know what this was until a couple of months ago. There are people out there that are willing to pay for help scheduling things and dealing with their calendar and making some phone calls to set things up and other administrative tasks, paying bills, managing budgets. I don't really know, but there are definitely people out there that are willing to pay for virtual assistants. These are very popular right now, and surprisingly, these can make a pretty decent penny. And I'm not trying to tell you everything about each of these things. I'm just trying to give you some quick ideas for how you can make money online. And if this is the kind of thing that piques your interest, go ahead and do some of your own research and figure out how to make that money online. Number three, I do not play any instruments. I am not very gifted when it comes to music things, but if you are, you can sell your digital tunes. Did I just say tunes? Your music, your jams, your violin, DJ, beat things, you can sell those things online. There are YouTube creators, for example, that are always looking for music beds like I have right now. Listen to this one. This one I got for free. I'd be willing to pay you if you had some cool jams, tunes, music for sale. Just go find one of those sites where you can upload it and get paid. Number four, this one might be obvious, but I didn't want to lead with it. This is to sell things around the house on Craigslist. So I do this all the time. You'd be surprised what people are willing to buy. Craigslist is a whole, I don't need to explain Craigslist. Find some stuff around the house that you're no longer using that might be useful to someone else. I oftentimes will post something and not get any hits on it, and I'll just hit the refresh every 7 days when it expires. And eventually somebody is jumping up and down, is this thing still available? I'll come get it today. And I'm like, well, there's 4 or 5 other people that email me, but if you came right away with cash and paid full price, it's yours. And you know this, but make sure that you're being safe when you sell things on Craigslist. Do it in a public place. Just be smart, obviously, with Craigslist. Number 5 is to freelance write for blogs. And I don't know exactly how you do this. I think you just reach out to them and show some really cool samples or whatever, but find some independent bloggers, maybe smaller niche sort of websites that are probably looking for help or support about topics that you're really interested in or passionate about. If you like to write, you'll figure this out, but people will pay you per article or per word count. Get out there and go do some writing. Number 6, podcasts are all the rage, so you could start your own podcast. And the startup cost for this is actually very, very low. I invested something like $80 in my whole recording setup. So as long as you have a computer, you can spend less than $100 and find some free software out there just to get started. You might as well give it a shot if there's a topic you're really interested in. Just make sure you plan it out, you're thoughtful about it, you have great cover art, do your research, put it on all the platforms. People use everything from, Stitcher to Apple Podcasts native app to I use Overcast, and eventually make money on your podcast through advertisements. But you got to get a loyal following to sell those advertisements. Number 7 is a little bit similar. It's to create a niche website and sell advertisements there. Or actually, better yet, sell the entire website. Pat Flynn is a guy that I follow and really like a lot. He's an entrepreneur that helps entrepreneurs, but where he really got started, he talks about, was creating this website all about food trucks, of all things. He is not a food truck guy. He had no intention to ever have his own food truck, but he recognized a trend. He created a website. He compiled a whole bunch of awesome information and resources into one website. He figured out how to get it to rank on Google. He got a lot of traffic to that site. Number 8 is to create a course online. So there are lots of websites, as you can see on the screen, where you can create a course online, and you do need to kind of know what you're talking about, and this will take a lot of time to plan out. I recommend scripting this kind of thing, filming yourself, editing, uploading. It could be a long process, but once you do this one thing once, you can sell this digital product in perpetuity. Probably not forever. You can sell this product for $5, $10, $20, up to $150, $300, $500, $1,000 if you're really, really an expert and you have some sort of following. Maybe you want to go the route of establishing sort of a fan base first, and then you start to hint at this digital product. Eventually you put this digital course out there, and you'd be surprised how much money you can make from just putting in a little bit of effort one time. Kind of a lot of effort, but it's something I'm thinking about. Let me know if you think I should create my own course on personal finance. How much would you pay? Tell me now. Go. Number 9, it's similar to online courses, but this is to actually be a teacher or a tutor live. There are websites out there where you can either tutor or teach classes from the comfort of your own home. And I used to be a teacher, so this one's kind of near and dear to my heart. The amount of money you make is strictly tied to you finding your own clients. So again, it's not just if you make it, they will come. You might have to do some marketing and make sure that it's a topic that is interesting and relevant, but it can be anything from teaching a foreign language to something super, super niche that is supplemental education for parents out there that want to get education on topics that their kids just aren't getting in school. All right, and number 10, Amazon dropshipping. This is one, admittedly, I don't know a lot about. Essentially, you can become a seller on Amazon, and you can sell products on Amazon directly from not your own inventory, but somebody else's. So customers order that product that you paid very, very little for overseas. It gets sent directly to them. You get a good chunk of the profit. I did hear a story on a podcast. It is called Side Hustle Nation. I totally recommend that podcast. And this guy was telling a story about getting into dropshipping and becoming fairly wealthy from selling children's bouncy houses. So he found a niche product and he was able to ship this thing direct to consumer and make a really good, pretty penny off that. If this is one of the things that piques your interest and you think you might be good at managing online inventory in an online store, this is totally something you should check out. Number 11, this is to sell stock photography. Years ago, I had a nice DSLR camera and I no longer have the original photos from that camera, but I stumbled upon a cool album I had uploaded to Facebook, and I thought, these are really great images. I wonder if I can sell these stock photos. So I uploaded all the photos. They're all scenic things or whatever. And when I hit submit, I actually got rejected right away because they weren't good enough quality. So I'll say, if you're interested in doing this, you like taking photos, etc., just make sure you read the fine print and you understand the quality that you need to have before you upload. Even better if you can figure out a way to sell stock video type things. Anybody can upload to these sites. In fact, I just heard recently that there's a site where you can upload mobile photos. I don't have the one with all the holes. Apple cameras are getting so good on mobile phones that you can actually take photos on your phone and upload and sell those. So that's pretty cool. Number 12 is to start a blog. Now, I have a blog. This is the first time in my life I've attempted to blog, and it's at themoneyresolution.com/blog. And I was doing this once or twice a month, and I just wasn't getting the users. I didn't have the patience. There wasn't that quick win, like putting a book out and seeing people pick it up on day one and buy it. I'll be honest, I gave up. I kind of stretched myself too thin with social media and all these other things I'm trying to take on, like YouTube. I stopped blogging, as you can see, back in May. There is good money in blogging. Over time, it gets popular enough with enough users that you can turn on Google AdWords. Alexa, turn living room lights light blue.
Okay.
Let's mix it up. Number 13 is a thing called affiliate marketing. If you can send traffic and customers to a website, websites that make money from that customer are willing to give you a little bit off the top for sending traffic and customers that way. Does that make sense? I don't know. The most popular way to do this, especially for beginners kind of like me, is through Amazon Associates. This is actually the second time I've tried to get this going, and even though I was selling things and getting some traffic to Amazon, they decided after 90 days that I wasn't sending enough traffic there and they shut me down. So I recently turned it back on. I've had less success, but they haven't shut me down, so that's good. What's really cool about Amazon Associates, as long as they click your affiliate link, they don't need to buy that specific product that you recommend or that they click through to. It will actually cookie them and remember them no matter what they buy on Amazon for the next 24 hours. After clicking your link last, you will get a percentage of that sale. I was very surprised by the things people bought after clicking on my links. Let's just say I didn't even know some of these products existed, so use your imagination. Let's speed this up. I can't believe this is taking so long. Number 14. This is to do freelance social media work for other small businesses or people you can help. Years ago, I was a social media specialist at a company, and on the side on the weekends, I would post things on Craigslist saying, willing to help your company start your social media channels. There were older people with small businesses that didn't quite understand how social media worked. One of them in particular reached out, and she owned a small gym. And I met with her and we got her social media off the ground. We got her Facebook started, her Instagram, all that good stuff. I taught her all kinds of unique kind of skills and tricks and things I had learned over the years. And she paid me actually pretty good money, something like $25 an hour just to meet with her. Point is, if you've got skills in social media, there are people older than you that you could offer to help. Turn living room lights light green.
Okay.
No. Number 15, you can buy and sell domains. So I did this personally through Google Domains, and back before I had a book title, I bought a whole bunch of domains that were similar to things I was thinking about. Through Google Domains, these cost roughly $12 a year. And so snag some cheap URL names that you think somebody else would be willing to pay for. Now, how do you go about finding those people that want to pay for your thing? I don't know, but you're super smart. You'll figure it out. By the way, if anyone wants to buy 101steps2.com, it's only $20,000, so get at me. Number 16, this is to sell digital templates on Etsy. A lot of people associate Etsy with selling like cool, crafty, physical things, but a lot of people actually upload digital templates and spreadsheets of that nature. I attempted to create my own store and sell this really cool blind wine emoji scorecard, and surprisingly, after, 9 months or so, nobody's bought. It's only $1, guys. Come on, go buy one of these. Anyway, the idea is create something cool that's digital, upload it, do your research ahead of time because I clearly didn't. Look how different mine is from the others. Number 17, this is to design or freelance digital designs. Does that make sense? Once I learned some basic skills on Photoshop, I remember doing a post several years ago that was like, I will design your logo. I actually got a band to respond to me. They messaged me back and forth, and we pitched some ideas all around. I came up with like 6 different logos, and I sent them over for their album cover, and they never replied. So I clearly didn't have great skills, but you might have much better skills. I was successful at finding someone I could pay online to do this for me. I found somebody, friend of a friend, that could design my book cover. It was really, really cool to find somebody that I could just like speak to about my ideas, my vision. I remember we had like a 2-hour call on Zoom. She was sharing her screen and we were just talking about like where to move things and the different color shades and whatever. I just thought that was really cool experience, is to share a screen with the designer and speak through your edits or whatever. So that's just a suggestion if you're a graphic designer, is to meet with the clients, virtually. Number 18, this is another one that I haven't done myself, but I have paid others to do, and this is to publish a skill and make some money via the website Fiverr. The idea with Fiverr is that you put yourself out there to do a skill and help others with something you know how to do for just $5. I actually hired somebody on Fiverr to format my book. It was super affordable to find somebody to do that, and if you've got a skill, you could post a skill just to get started on Fiverr. Number 19 is to proofread or edit. As somebody who was figuring out how to self-publish their own book for the first time in a really short window of time, I knew I needed help. I posted a Craigslist ad. It cost like $7 to run that ad, and I found somebody that was willing to proofread. $20 an hour, and honestly, it ended up costing like $600. There was many hours and revisions, but some of the best money I've ever spent. People are definitely willing to pay for editors. Because sometimes you stare at the same thing and you don't see the mistakes. It takes someone fresh, some fresh eyes to really catch the stuff. Number 20, and this is to create a digital ebook. And actually there's great opportunities now through the Amazon program to actually print this ebook. So I went into the money resolution thinking this would just be a cheap $3, $4 ebook. I found out that they actually, I think, bought the company or merged with the company. They're Amazon. They bought the company CreateSpace, and CreateSpace does print on demand for indie publishers. So this was so freaking cool to write a book on a topic that I was passionate about and get it done in 6-7 weeks. And a week after submitting, I was holding the physical thing in my hand. This is a really awesome opportunity. Number 21, finally, is to start and monetize a YouTube channel. This is obviously something I am trying out for fun because I just like sharing knowledge and connecting with people in a way that's more direct. You can start a YouTube channel about anything, honestly. A lot of people recommend you just jump into it and get started. Like, you can use your phone and whatever horrible lighting and audio, and I've been there for sure, and that is one way to do it. But I would definitely think about sort of what's the point of the channel. I would maybe map out a whole bunch of different ideas for videos, and I would definitely recommend you take a close look at analytics and you adjust as necessary. That's something I'm really working on lately, is trying to do videos that make sense for you all. I'm trying to figure out topics based on conversations and comments and doing my keyword research to really hone in on how can I help and serve and get these videos in front of people to make a big difference. So start there. Content that matters, content that is relevant, content that is useful, or just extremely entertaining, I guess. You can upgrade your equipment, your video quality, your audio at a later date. Just get started. If you're thinking about a YouTube channel, you need a lot of viewing hours, and I think it's like 1,000 subscribers before you can monetize and turn on ads. I'm very far away from that. So again, this is one of those things that's the long game, but that is okay. That's kind of a theme here. So let's wrap it up by recapping. I think that's a really good place to start. Is there are no like super quick wins online. There might be a couple little things I called out, like surveys. You have to be persistent. You need to do your research, and you need to be a little bit creative and have some specialized knowledge or skills. You don't need to be an expert by any means. You just need to do your research and put yourself out there. Like I said, several of these things I failed at. Several of these things are ongoing, and some of these things might not pan out, but ultimately it's worth trying and giving these things a shot. Because here's what's really cool. If you can create a blog and a YouTube channel and a podcast, and you can make sure the traffic feeds into one another, and then add on affiliate links and advertisements and all kinds of things, it can go from gradual then sudden. It's almost like compound interest. When all these things add up, you can actually find yourself making some pretty good money online if you have the skill set and the patience and the willingness to do a little bit of research. So that's it, guys. This is a long video. I didn't mean to do that. Thank you for sticking around. If you stuck around this long, be sure to subscribe, because you must have gotten something out of this, or you're like my friend or mom or something. Either way, you guys should subscribe too. So stick around. I'm trying to do a video like once a week-ish on all things personal finance, how to save money, make money, get out of debt, and also how to spend money, because spending money is fun too. Thanks again, guys, for watching this. I hope you're enjoying your weekend better than me. Be healthy, don't get sick. It's that time of the year. And as always, I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Outro music. Thumbnail practice.